Hey, it's Seth, and thanks for coming back to my channel. Appreciate it. Packing up for a backpacking trip next weekend up in the Whites, and as I was doing so, I thought I could make a video of this and show off what I'm bringing. So that's what this video is all about. I'm just gonna take you through my backpack as it now stands for next weekend's trip. This is basically my pack for, early fall, mid-fall. Temperature is probably in the 30s. I feel comfortable in this with this getup for maybe like mid-20s, 25. Below that, probably bring some other stuff. This is what I plan on bringing, and then I'll give you an update on the weather and if I'm going to make any changes to this pack. But I'm just going to go through it with you now. So this is my Osprey, the Exos. I think it's a 48. The Exos 48. So this is my go-to pack for much of the year. Just not winter, but backpacking the rest of the year. If I don't need too much cold weather stuff, this is the pack I bring. I like it. I've had it now for 3 seasons, 3 or 4, and I'm very happy with it. It's held up great. Got a lot of tears now on this meshy part, but still keeping together. And so, yeah, I'll show you what's in there. We'll start with the mesh part, actually. So, got my raincoat. It's the Outdoor Research. I think it's the Foray. I love this raincoat. I'm really happy with it. It's a bomb. It's a bomber jacket. You can just stand some weather in this thing. I have Microspikes. I'll probably bring them regardless of whatever the conditions say. Probably just because at this time of year, there's bound to be snow and ice in places, perhaps. But better have than not. I have my water filter. With this one, this trip, it's the Sawyer Squeeze. I lost my Kahtoola Be-Free somewhere, so I'm going to have to decide if I want to pick up another one of those or maybe get another Sawyer. But it works fine. Rain pants? I don't know. I don't know if I've ever actually used rain pants on the few times I brought them, but it might be good to have. Probably will. You know what I'm saying? That's it for that. All right. Now I'll do size. I got basically 2 water bottles. Top pockets where I keep all my knickknacks and little things and paddywhacks. I got the headlamp. I got my little green bag. It's a little green bag. We got a compass, first aid, some batteries, toiletries, and that's it for the little green bag. All right, got my beanie and light gloves, and I have some hammock stuff. I got my hammock straps, and these are tent stakes and some guy lines. My ridge cord is in there as well, and some other hammocky string stuff. Almost forgot to show you what's in my the underside of my top pocket. So I got a battery for charging things. This is my electronics bag, 2 GoPro batteries, cord for the GoPro / drone, cord for the iPhone, and then my charger for my Garmin Phoenix watch. And I got a map. Little outside pockets. I love these guys. I love having my little hip pockets. I got snacks because I'm a snack man, so I got a Cliff Bar and waffle and some meat. And here in this pocket I have my emergency beacon. It's the PLB1. This thing, I think it costs like $300 or so. The battery's good for 5 to 7 years. And it's a simple distress beacon. You push the button, it sends a message through military grade satellites. Oceanographic Institute runs it, I think. And it's very basic. You send a SOS, that's it. You don't even know if anyone's received it. So you don't send messages to anyone with this. It's one way only. It's one way, emergencies, and that's it. But there's no monthly plan or anything. So unlike the Garmin's and all those things where you have to pay monthly to keep using it, this you pay like a $300 and it's good for 5 to 7 years. You can test it once a month, and they recommend that, and so it's good to have. Let's hope I never need to use it. All right, now we'll go into the big pocket. So I got a food. In the food bag, let's see, I got my dinner for the night, which will be cheesy potato soup. I'll fill you up on a cold fall day. I got my dried mangoes. I love them now. I just always bring dried mangoes. Where I got various things, some coffee, some more beef, more waffles and Clif bars. I got some more beef, and then rope for the hang it. Maybe I'll bring some more food. I want some more food. That's not enough. Anyway, that's just what I packed to do. Then I got my stove kit. I got my pot, titanium pot. I got the little MSR stove. It's just a little guy folds out, and you just screw it on top of the gas canister. It's like that. And very quick and efficient. And then I got a spoon from the soup. Next up I have my drone and the drone remote. The remote's heavier than the drone itself, although with the case, it's about tie. So this whole thing is about 2 pounds to bring. This is my synthetic jacket. I got this clearance at REI probably 5 years ago. Probably time for an upgrade, but I do still love it, so it works great. It's lightweight, it's warm, it's water and wind resistant. Yep. All right, and here is the clothes bag. All right. I'll be wearing like pants and then a shirt. That's about it. And then this will be what I'll be bringing besides that. So I'll have some heavier, these are fleecy gloves for at night, and a nice warm hat, fleece hat for sleeping around camp. I got an extra pair of socks. I got my, I'm going to probably bring this towel, quick dry towel. It's always something you got to wipe down, and these do dry really quick, so it's worth bringing. I have just one of my race shirts, tech shirts. They dry quick, and I may wear that for hiking depending on how hot I get during the day. Probably sleep in long underwear. I got this top and just bottom. I'll probably sleep in those, but I may bring something else. Anyway, that's what I figure. That's my first thought for packing. I may pack some other things out. And then all my clothes go in this. There's a waterproof bag, so I just keep them in there. And then the bag, the backpack itself is lined with this garbage bag. So the garbage bag goes in first, and then I put everything inside the garbage bag. I don't have a rain cover for the backpack. I use the garbage bag instead. All right, tarp. So this is my Hex Fly tarp from Hennessy. If you watch any of my videos, this is what I hang over the hammock, and weighs 25 ounces. That's 710 grams. So it's probably not the lightest option as tarps go. Right now this is my all year round tarp, but I'm probably going to end up getting a winter tarp with doors so that I can kind of enclose myself. I tried the winter sock last season and I did not love that. So I'm thinking this may soon end up being just a 3-season tarp. Right now, this is the perfect time to use it. I mean, hopefully there's no snow, but if there is, I can deal with that. My hammock. It is a Grand Trunk single. It's a very basic hammock. I don't have a fancy hammock. This one served me fine for the last few trips. I don't love it as much as the ENO double nest, but I tore a hole in that one, so I'm giving this one a try, and I'll probably end up looking for another hammock soon, but for now it'll be fine for this trip. And finally, my bedding. So this is a compression bag, and I have my under quilt and my top quilt in here. I picked up both of them pretty recently over the summer, so it's my new sleep system, so I'm happy about that. So this is the 30-degree under quilt. I picked that up on eBay recently. It is 3/4 length, so it doesn't cover the underside of my entire body. It cuts off around just below the knees. I used it on the previous trip, and it worked well. And then this is the 20-degree Burrow from Hammock Gear. So got the Burrow and Incubator. This thing does go the whole length. So you can see with the top wheel, unlike the sleeping bag, it splits apart at the top, and then it's sewn together in the foot box. So the feet will be nice and snug in there. The nice thing about this is then I have this on me. You know, I don't have to try to unzip. For heat control, I can kind of just roll it off me a bit and pull it back up. So it's more like having a nice big blanket on you that you can kind of throw on and off as need be. And then the underquilt will heat me from below, so I can manage my heat that way. Anyway, that's my insulation, those two guys, and that's it. That is the entirety of what I packed thus far for the trip. Now, I don't know, I didn't really even think about what the forecast was going to be, because there's no point in really looking until it's time to look. So now with a week out, I can kind of see what I'm looking at. I kind of assumed 30 degrees, that was going to be my guess, but it's looking colder. It's going to be cold up there this week, like trending downward into the 20s. Right now they're saying 18 Thursday night and 16 Friday morning, and that's all I can see. So we'll know more in the next few days what we're going to be looking at, but probably colder than I expected actually, mid-teens. So this won't be enough for me for mid-teens, because I want to be nice and warm. I want to make sure I'm toasty. So with that in mind, if it's colder, there's all kinds of other stuff I have to think about bringing, and I'll run through some of those. This guy is my 0-degree Incubator under quilt from Hammock Gear. So if it's in the mid-teens, I'm going to swap out the orange under quilt there and go with that guy instead. He's great, but he's huge. He basically fills up this compression bag by himself. So in that case, I would need a second compression bag, and that's what my black top quilt would go in instead. Let's see. We don't know what the forecast is going to be, but if it does snow a lot, or if it is in the forecast, I'll probably end up bringing the winter sock. I didn't have great results with it last time, but I think I can learn a few things from my mistakes in that previous trip from last February. If it looks just like rain, I'll probably just rely on the tarp. There's some more gloves I could end up bringing, depending on what the weather looks like. And then if it's going to be really cold, mittens. I probably bring them because I get cold hands and I don't like having cold hands. So if it's in the teens, I'll probably throw the mittens in, which come with their own liners as well. I love those mittens. Keep my hand warm. And then if it was really cold, I could bring my down booties, but I don't plan on bringing them. I think I'll manage without them. Yeah, that canister stove might not work if it's that cold actually, so I might have to bring the old Ultrallight instead. So that might be another option I swap out. So the pack weight for the original bag I had that I unloaded was 25 pounds. So there's 25 pounds for everything in it. Obviously, if I have to bring winter stuff, that's going to add a lot more weight. But we will wait and see on the forecast. But I just wanted to give you an idea of what I bring on these backpacking trips. So let me know what you thought in the comments, please. And thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.